What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Buck Crawford Beaches Rouge Spencer. I'm back again with another one. Need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. That notification icon for more videos like this. With that being said, let's get into the video. This is an article from Boxing News 24. They're not really that credible, but they do cover the sport. They're like a blue blood on YouTube. Boxing News 24 is like Blue Blood Sports TV. What I mean by that is people go to their channel, people go to his channel because he covers the sport so diligently, like so consistently, right? So we go there just to, get the latest. That doesn't mean he knows the sport of boxing or he tells the truth. It just means he tries to keep up with it. That's the same thing for this YouTube channel, Boxing News 24. They do that all the time. They're like a Blue Bloods sports TV. With that being said, let's read this article. I'm doing a series where I'm going to be reading articles online about boxing. And this article is about Jaron Ennis saying he wants to fight Terence Crawford next. The article reads, Jaron Ennis on Terence Crawford, I want that now. I gotta go, even though this is an article where people use for sources, I gotta go find where Jaron Ennis actually said that. Matter of fact, I think he did say that. Matter of fact, never mind. I think he did say that right after the fight. But I don't know if he said it like that. I think he said, I don't know. I think he used different words, but I want that now. I don't know. Maybe it is what he said. I don't know. Like I said, these people are not that credible, but because they try to stay on the sport of boxing as much as they can and be consistent. So I give them a pass for me to even read from their article, but let's just go ahead and read it and see what they got to say. This article was written August 5th, 2023 by Alan Fox. The IBF may need to start preparing to strip Terence Crawford of his title once he moves up to 154 for his rematch with Errol Spence Jr. because his mandatory Jaron Ennis wants his shot at the belt. Crawford would be holding his IBF belt as long with his other three 147-pound straps hostage, sitting on them for no reason other than to validate him. This article, Boxing News 24, has always hated on Bud Crawford. Let me just tell y'all that. This is an anti-Bud Crawford news. This is an anti-Bud Crawford article. They've always hated on Bud. You can tell by reading this article. They're already hurt just saying what they're saying. Like, look at that. Crawford will be holding his IBF belt as long with his other three 147-pound straps hostage. The man literally just won the belt. And you're going to use words like hostage. You can't make this shit up. They're using words like hostage. The man literally just won the belts, guys. He just won it. How can somebody hold belts hostage if they literally just won the belt? We don't even know what his next move is. So when I say this YouTube channel. This article is anti-Bud. I mean it. I remember I used to read articles from these guys. They was huge Errol Spence Jr. fans. Maybe they lost a lot of money on Earl. That's why they continue to hate, like the Earl sexuals. But we'll still read it. sitting on him for no other reason than to validate him, keeping them like a war ribbon with no intentions of getting back out on a battlefield to keep putting his hide at risk. Unfreaking believable. You can't make this shit up with these guys. They're already hating on Bud. Already hating on the man. This is crazy. Wow. I'll still read it. I don't want to read it, but I'll still read it. Defend his recently won undisputed welterweight championship against them. Hold on. Let me see. I probably missed something. Okay. It's pointless for Boots to be made to wait on Crawford Spence 2 rematch, when it's clear that Crawford, 40-0, 31 KOs, has no intention of returning to defend his recently won undisputed welterweight championship against him or anyone. Like, these dudes just make up anything, their own assumptions, bro. How do you know the man don't want to come back down to 147? How do you know that he don't want to defend that belt at least once or twice at 147? We don't know that for sure. He hasn't vacated it. Until he vacated it, you can't say stupid shit like that. These people are retarded. I told you guys, these are Bud Crawford haters. The man just won the belt, and they're saying Bud is holding the belts hostage. Unfreaking believable. Against him or anyone. Crawford, 36, is counting on Charlo returning to 154 to defend his undisputed junior middleweight title. Again, after his fight against 4-belt, 168-pound champion Canelo Alvarez on September 30th. Ennis, 31-0, 28 KOs, already had to wait on Crawford's Spence fight last weekend in their undisputed welterweight clash in Las Vegas. Crawford rules out Boots' fight. In an interview this week, Crawford made it clear that he's not interested in fighting Boots, and is saying that could happen because we're at the same weight class. But at this point in time, I'm looking for bigger and better opportunities like Charlo, said Crawford. But before I even finish reading this, guys, Crawford already said who he wanted to fight for the last 2-3 years. He had already said who he wanted to fight for the last 2-3 years, guys. Let's be real. He told us, after I beat, and quote me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm, he said, after I beat Errol Spence Jr., I'm coming for his cheerleader, Charlo. So the man already had his plan set. People are trying to ruin his plans by adding a guy who's never been tested, who's never gradually moved up, meaning like in competition. He's been fighting guys nobody knows. Jaron Ennis is the guy I'm talking about. They want to squeeze this guy in Crawford's plans. These boxing media and boxing outlets, they try to control Bud's career. Like, we've seen it throughout Bud's career. When Bud came to 147, he told us who he wanted to fight. They said, no, don't fight. Don't worry about them. Fight this guy. Fight that guy. This is what these guys were doing. Keith Thurman said, should I be your matchmaker, Bud? Why don't you go and fight Amir Khan? Like, come on, bro. This shit is crazy. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. That could happen because let me read what Crawford said. That could happen because we're at the same weight class. But at this point in time, I'm looking for bigger and better opportunities like Charlo, said Crawford to Hot 97. When asked about his interest in defending against Boots and his next, if there was any question on whether Crawford will return to welterweight to defend against his IBF mandatory boots, and his statement of looking for bigger fights makes it clear that he's not going to be making a defense against him. Unfortunately, Crawford's forlorn vision of Jermell Charlo returning to 154 to allow him to snatch his undisputed champion from him in a single whack is a dreary, diluted pipe dream. I told you guys this is a Crawford hate. I told you guys. Like, I just remember this article. This is a 100% Crawford hate article. These people really hate Bud. They probably lost money on that Errol Spence Jr. fight. I told you guys. Like, these articles are, and Crawford even checked Ellie Setback. I don't know if these dudes even be at the fight, so they could get checked too. They said Crawford, the two-time undisputed champion, is living a dreary, diluted pipe dream because that's not happening in his lifetime. What the freak? These people are crazy. And Charlo just did a post where he tells Crawford he's coming back. He literally just did a post where he tells Crawford he's coming back. And these dudes says Crawford is deluded. That's not happening in his lifetime. Charlo is done with 154 and never coming back. Unfreaking believable. Jermell will likely beat Canelo on September 30th, making him the king of 168-pound division, and will set wheels in motion for a series of fights. Wow. This clown just said Jermell will beat Canelo. Unfreaking believable. This is how you know these dudes don't know shit about boxing. This dude literally just said Jermell will beat Canelo. You can't make this shit up. The man said Jermell will beat Canelo on September 30th, making him the king of 168-pound division, and will set the wheels in motion for a series of fights. Wow. This is unbelievable stuff, bro. Unbelievable stuff. There's got to be an Earl sexual talk right in this article. The first would be a rematch with the shell of Canelo, and then from there, fights against Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, Demetrius Andre, and David Morrell. Jermell won't waste his time on a chicken feed fight against Terence Crawford, who would languish at 154 with it essentially becoming his St. Helena Island prison, like a modern-day Napoleon. What the freak is wrong with these people, bro? Crawford needs to get a clue before it's too late and move up to 168 if he's serious about fighting Jermell and the other big names. He's already thrown away 15 years of his career fighting no names until finally taking a step up against Spence. Does he want to waste the last 2 or 3 of his years, last 2 or 3 years he has left? If Crawford stays at 154 beyond his tentative rematch with Spence in December, the only compelling fight on the horizon would be against Tim Tszyu for the WBO belt. That wouldn't be worth it. That's a high-risk, low-reward fight for Crawford. Just stop talking boxing, man. Y'all some casuals, bro. News, Spencer Crawford. I can't wait to take their cheese. I just keep saying that. Keep doubting me. We love it all, said Jaron Ennis on YSM Sports Media, reacting to being told that many boxing fans are saying on social media that he's not ready for Crawford at his early stage of his career. When we take your cheese, keep that same energy. Don't try to switch sides saying, I always knew he could do it. No, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Stay where y'all at. I see everything. Definitely, that's the first option. I want that now. Okay, maybe he did say that, said Boots Ennis when asked if he wants Crawford. And then he cites the interview with Jaron Ennis. I'm not gonna play it though. I told you this article was a complete Earl-sexual, and you guys witnessed it for yourself. Unbelievable stuff. Disrespect two-time undisputed champion Bud Crawford. Like, they said his first step up was against Earl Spence Jr. Unfreaking believable. You can't make this stuff up, guys. It is what it is. You guys see it for yourself. How these Earl-sexual boxing platforms and boxing articles still out here disrespecting Bud. And the fact that they think Charlo's going to beat Canelo is even more insane. It makes me like, don't even want to read another article from these clowns.